Grand Rising. Happy Juneteenth weekend. How's your spirit? Mine, fantabulous. Headed out. Gotta get a meeting in. Gonna try to have an afternoon hangout. Just get my kind of work done. Community building, community advocacy, community growth, and prosperity. It's a thing. A lot of times, we give up on the idea of community. That's never been me. Though, I've never, or I should say, until recently, I hadn't thought about, hey, Sister Enage, good morning, gorgeous. I hope your spirit is well. Thank you for checking on me. I'm doing great. Yesterday was great and a little rough. Communication skills are absolutely necessary. Hold on, let me turn my brightness up a bit so I can see y'all, or see me while I'm talking. It is. Hold on. There we go. Okay, gotta be able to see. I saw your message just as I was getting ready to walk out, and Neil's gonna go live, so I figured I'd do this and then do that. Anyway, communication. Let's just talk about it real quick. I say we're gonna talk about celebrating representation, yet communication is a representation of thoughts, feelings, ambitions. Hey, March, listen, you know name today, huh? You be doing that sometimes. I got you. Okay, so communication is a representation of thoughts, feelings, so on, right? So we have a hard time communicating, or other people do. I was told today that I'm respectfully blunt, and I actually appreciate that because I need to get my message across a lot of times in as few words as possible. And Spirit don't really give me all the words at first. Spirit gives me bits and pieces, and I have to give it to that person, and it's for them to understand. But when I say to you, it's not, I don't need to know all the things that you were trying to tell me to get your point across. I'm on a mission. I'm on a move. I move at a certain pace, and I don't need you to try to slow me down because you don't move the way that I move. No disrespect to you. So I suppose I need a community of loving, speedy communicators around me. If you need me to slow down for you, I need you to ask me or tell me in a respectful manner. I can't keep up. I need a moment. Can you, there's someone who asked for a lot of things. She said, you showing up different. Yeah, child. Listen, I got a second pair of glasses on because these I need to be able to read, right? Because my eyesight's blurry from so long looking at technology. Child, and words are so much clearer now. Ain't that great? I'm showing up in different ways. You're right. That's the honest truth. Like, not just today, I've learned to show up differently in the world. I am who I am. I'm a representation of myself, as my father said, a representation of myself, the Black community, the United States, and a host of things. Why not show up in that proudly, right? And accept my destiny, so to speak, right? I got to make moves. I'm supposed to be somewhere in 5 minutes. Okay, I got it. But say all that to say, you can't walk in your destiny unless you show up representing whom you are at all times. Child, you know me, March. I be trying to do 6 things at one time. This little autistic brain be on it. Last night I had a great conversation with the brother. We were just building about everything. Where's your knowledge? Where do you get this? How do you understand this? How do you see things? We became a bit boisterous. And like I said, the cauliflower people, they don't understand boisterous love. loving big and loud. They appreciate it. They appreciate big hugs, big hearts, and big spirits. But because it's not in them or of them, they have a problem with it sometimes. They look down and they're like, hey, you all right? Y'all fighting? No, we're not fighting. This is love. This is me letting you know, no matter what you say to me, I'm still going to love you. We can get a little bit loud. We can get a little bit rowdy. Hey, it's Saturday. We can get rah-rah up in here. You know what I'm saying? However, when it's all said and done, I'm still going to dap you up. I'm still going to give you a hug. I'm still going to make sure you know and recognize how important you are in my life. I'm amazed today the number of white people who have a same understanding or are coming to understand it. Not just because they met me, but because they've lived a similar life. We're all experiencing American existence, and we're not all experiencing it in the same way. And we need to speak on that. Right, there's nothing wrong with healthy dialogue. When you whispering behind the scenes and you doing this and that, it's basically cursing someone. Because you refuse to tell them how you feel about them, but you're speaking negativity over or about their lives time and time again. And what do they do to deserve that from you? More importantly, who are you to speak on them in that way, knowing you going through your own thing? So I say all that to say, today we celebrate the representation of Black freedom. Not that we are actually free. Well, most people aren't, right? Aren't really free the way when he came to Texas and was like, hey, yo, y'all ain't slaves no more. That didn't make you free. First of all, your mind has to be free long before your body can be free. Let me change my glasses so I can see. Your mind has to be free long before you can free your body from a thing. Because if your mind isn't free, you don't know how to move. You'll go the wrong way. You'll run away and get caught. You'll run right into someone else's slavery. Slavery is nothing but indoctrination. Indoctrination of the mind, indoctrination of the body, indoctrination of the spirit. You understand? If you cannot free your mind, you cannot free your body. And most importantly, you can't free your spirit. It's being stifled. It's being held in. It's being stuck on this thing that is not of you. So until you recognize that and you do what you got to do, that's going to be a thing. That's going to be your problem. So in this space that feels like a prison, only thing missing is an infirmary and armed guards. Oh, but they're guards, just not armed. In this space, you have to allow your mind to be free. Let your spirit soar. And soon, your body will follow. Mainly because where the mind and spirit goes, the body. Right? But it's a time thing. It has to happen in the spirit first, and then in other places in other ways. Ooh, it's a lot of people I was really hoping not to see today in here, but in a moment, I'm going to go my own way, so I'm not going to have to worry about it. Today is a representation, or this weekend, day coming up on Monday. You know, ironically, I had to tell my white roommates what Juneteenth is. And I'm like, how is that possible? There's a gentleman in here who's been celebrating Juneteenth for 50 years. I've been celebrating it for the last 32. So just because they put it on your calendar, now it's something that you want to recognize. Now it's something that you think is worth celebrating, worth being a part of. You said you can't remember the movie, but Free Your Mind. And it's a song. Free your mind and the rest will follow. Hey, be colorblind. It's an In Vogue song. Thing is, we truly can't be colorblind because it's not allowed in here. The representation of color is more than just about race. Color represents different things to different people. Red to me represents blood. Red to me represents something icky sometimes. But to other people, it's something to be proud of, worn proudly like a flag, waved as often as possible. That's why the pride flag is a rainbow flag, because anyone can love. Whom you love shouldn't matter. How you love them, as long as you're pouring into them in positive ways, well, that's the glory, right? That's the journey. That's the blessing. We choose not to. I know, and Sister Inez, you remind me of one of them girls from In Vogue, but I'm gonna hurt my mouth right now. But I literally had to take time out of my day when Juneteenth has been recognized around the country for who knows how long to explain to people who didn't bother to care until it showed up as a reason for them to take a day off what Juneteenth is. That people on this side of the country continue to toil and labor, enslave, and be abused because it took years for the information to get to them. And let's be honest, it's not like the moment that they found out, they just dropped down their tools and were like, okay, I'm cool, I'm Gucci, I'm out. That wasn't it. There were already other parameters put in place to keep them from being physically free. And then mentally free. Let's be honest. After centuries, decades even, it doesn't take that long. Let's remember that it took the black bourgeoisie 10 years out of Reformation to decide that they were better than someone else, right? Their own people, to segregate themselves from their own community. That's 10 years, a decade. So imagine how many decades upon decades upon decades of slavery that these people experience. You have to retrain your brain to know that you can walk out that gate and you are free. Standing inside of that gate, you are free. You are doing what is necessary to survive. Well, I told you, it's time for us to stop surviving, to stop striving. It's time to thrive. Our children are already doing it. Our elders need to catch up. Those of my generation, we're the scaffolding in the middle. We got to give them room to cross the bridge of understanding. We have to get the knowledge from one side to the other. Mark says, I don't want to spell the A word that tells from the hood. I think another I appreciate that, Mark. One of the things that I'm coming to understand is people will make misuse of words. I cuss. I do not curse. I do not speak pain upon another human being. I did once. My middle son was so disrespectful. I said to him, you will languish until such time as you recognize what it takes to be a parent, a strong one, a black one, a loving participant in someone else's life. You're going to languish in anguish until such time as you recognize that. Here, I realized that's basically cursing him. The way my mother was like, I hope your children turn out to be like you. Well, I saw that as a blessing, not a curse. And I do believe that all three of my children are blessings to me. However, that wasn't how she meant it. Words have more power than any sword. Because with a sword or a gun, you can only take out so many people. With words, you can write someone completely out of history. That's the divine. When you recognize that, you recognize a host of things. You begin to clean up your language, to use more positive words, more loving words, more healing words, until healing becomes your jam. It's weird. People ask me for a hug and they're like, oh, your hugs are healing. I'm like, what you mean? It's just a hug out here. It's not. In that hug, I am giving you a piece of my energy. A portion of me goes with you throughout the day. Whether it's my scent on your clothes, your ability to look back and remember, it could be a number of things. But at the end of the day, you carry a bit of me with you. And if that keeps you positive and in the light, maybe even proud, I accept that. Thank you, March. I appreciate y'all for hitting the like button. Share with your communities, all those things. We still got to do that YouTube and shit, even though we aren't of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Sister Enid says there is so much power in words. I pray to constantly be mindful of my. Amen. I said this before. There aren't a lot of people that I ask to pray for me. I've got to know you, to hear you. Air hugs. I got you, March. I got to recognize the spirit in you before I ask you to pray for me. If you choose to pray for me without my permission, it's praying on me or praying over me. You're trying to cover me in something that isn't of me. And that's a problem. And I'm a problem solver. I'm solution-based and task-oriented. So should you make yourself my problem, I will find a solution for you. Sister Enid says, healing becomes your gym. Yeah. I am working on it, Sister Enid. Unfortunately, the gentleman that I wanted to work with on the t-shirts, his mother is ill. And there's a possibility that she won't make it, so he went home to be with her. And no one can be mad at that. I had to tell him, I'm like, brother, I don't know what you're thinking, but if it were me and it were my child, I would want them there for me. No more, no less. Whatever we got to do to get you home. So when I pray for that part. For you to have what it is you need. You ask me to speak your name, I will. If you don't, I won't. If you tell me don't pray for you, I won't. I pray generally though, so, Father, thank you for the day, for the breath, for being. Thank you for bringing people into my life that I never thought I'd recognize as family. Take care of the souls that we lost and look at the spirits they left behind. Help us all to keep going, Lord, because we never know when it's our time. I do know Be Easy, that dude. I haven't seen him or Big Rigs in a while, Sister Enid, but I haven't been on social media much. I pretty much show up and do my live stream and then keep it pushing. There are so many people who now I can physically touch, communicate, talk to. I can share this social media, this YouTube, but then I can also share my world with them. And that is super fantabulous to me. That's the amazing thing. And then knowing and recognizing that's a fantastic thing, March. Honestly, I don't think that there's anything wrong with it. Having a prayer list, that is. Recognizing that this dream is beamed into outer space, back again. My representation is and always has been global. Thank you to the toe cracker. He was overseas, which meant that my stream carried that far, even farther. Y'all, I forgot. I got a whole song out here that I'm in. So it's just the beginning. This isn't the end. However, y'all know me. I have a problem with people who play with my time and play in my face. You tell me to be somewhere and I'm there on time or early, pimping. You should have already made it there. I'm not going to worry about it today, though. I'm going to move the way I move. It is very warm this morning. I've got on longer pants than I want to. I think I'm going to go in the restroom and put on my shorts, and I'm going to get ready to keep it pushing. I'm going to get me a big old cup of coffee because whatever they gave me this morning tasted a lot like tea, and it did not, it made more than the spirit move through me. That is really all that I needed. But now, it is time for me to proceed. So, y'all might see me live streaming again sooner than I anticipated. Then again, who knows? Y'all know me. I leave everything in God's hands, and I let the Spirit move me. Hush, March. I let the Spirit move me the way the Spirit needs to move me. My meeting, them not showing up on time, is disappointing. But like I told them, there is no lesser evil. There are only lesser men. And to be up in my energy, you can be no less than on time, clean, and about your business. Anyway, y'all, let me get after it. It's already hot out here. There are no clouds in the sky right now. So, well, on this side, there are some over by the mountains. As I get further away from here, like I said, I may go live again. Yeah, we'll see what the day brings. So, y'all keep your spirit up. I'll see you in the streams. Deuces. I love you. The Most High loves you. And most importantly, love yourself. Because if you don't love you, how the hell can anybody else? Peace. We out.